Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading that I've already kind of started. We had some internet issues, my apologies. The first part was a reference to somebody being selfish, hence the thumbnail for this one. But I only got maybe, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes in. It does look like we have somebody here who might be a kleptomaniac, somebody who feels like other people's items are free for the taking, or they like the rush of adrenaline that they get when they do something that is not very honorable, but they get away with it. And I do feel like they leave some sort of evidence behind, or there's some way that they get caught for some minor infraction or minor theft. And it starts to get people to think about what else this person might be getting into. Hello, Key Controller. How are you doing? So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. That's in the description box for you, as is a link to find out more information about the 3 different tiers I offer for memberships. Thank you to the current members, and thank you to the moderators who've been putting in work. All right, this is the Marigold Tarot. Do you mean like if you can do a personal question if you tip? Is that what you're asking, Joe? Let's see what else we've got. 6 of Cups, 3 of Cups in the reverse, 3 of Swords, and Temperance in the reverse. See, it's like one of these things just doesn't belong here. So it makes it clear who's responsible, and it's a friend or someone you feel like you can trust to invite into your place. Maybe they're there for a birthday celebration or, happy hour. We're hanging out before we go to the concert, whatever it is. But this is somebody who betrays a friend or does something cruel to a friend because they're a little bit of a kleptomaniac, and it creates this problem. Yeah, that's totally fine. I will do it for you because you've been a supporter of the channel for a while. So just to make sure that's clear, I don't know that I would do that for anyone else. Well, a lot of other people, I should say. But yes. So we've got the 6 of Wands in the reverse, a failure to pull off what they wanted to do. So now they're concerned because there's a bit of a focus on them. They feel like they have to defend themselves. They feel like they made a horrible decision, and now they're basically persona non grata, right? Now they're worried, okay, maybe everyone's like looking at me or talking about me in a weird way, or they're going to find out what else I've done. If you've seen the show Fleabag, she steals something at one point and chaos ensues, right? Very similar. Hello, Darnell. Hello, Illuminati. How's it going? Page of Rings. Sorry, 8 of Rings in the reverse, or 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Sun in the reverse. I thought I did what I needed to take what I wanted and not be discovered, but now I'm realizing that I missed something, that I didn't get the details right. 2 of Rings or 2 of Pentacles. So they stole something from a friend, from a close friend. What to expect from Raquel and love in August. Let me get a different. What can Zhao expect from Raquel in August, please? 10 of Wands. The Hermit. Nine of Swords in the reverse. I'm seeing distance makes the heart grow fonder. I don't know if there's already naturally kind of some distance between the two of you, but if there is not, this is saying it might be best if the two of you have a little bit of time to yourself to think about things. In particular, this will allow for understanding the other side's perspective versus feeling like it's like forced on you, right? Like gaining an appreciation for that connection with a little bit of distance. Maybe someone's going on a trip, but with the Nine of Swords being in the reverse, it ends up offering some sort of assistance or positive energy to the two of you to have that solitude. So I do feel like there's healing in August, but it requires that separation. Thank you, Zhao. All right, so hello, Michael. How's it going? Okay. Yep, that makes sense. Hey, Dana, how are you doing? Well, good luck to you, Zhao. I hope she enjoys her birthday. So we've got the Nine of Wands in the reverse, clarifying the Six of Wands in the reverse, clarifying the Nine of Swords. Now, maybe that doesn't mean a lot to you, but it means we've got somebody who's anxious. They feel like they don't have power or control over a situation. They feel maybe even like they were a little bit overly confident or arrogant about being able to pull something off or do something. And now they're stressed. They feel like they're going to have to actually be honest or admit that they did something. Two of Swords in the reverse. They don't feel like they have a choice. They feel like their back is up against the wall, that people see them for who they truly are. It's giving Matt Damon. I can't say it any other way. I'm sorry, y'all. It's giving Matt Damon from, and then she proceeds to do it. Talented Mr. Ripley. Once you realize that you've been doing some crazy-ish and somebody's on to you, people can get a little bit crazy, right? Get a little bit desperate. I do think that this person's trying to figure out how should they handle this now. I'm glad to hear it, Michael. What's up, Johnny? How are you doing? You got Cauldron and Labyrinth. Intention, alchemy, manifestation, and among the confusion of the twisting turns and the endless chase, will I find myself in the heart of the maze. Did this person try to blame someone else? They might have been trying to make it seem like someone else was the problem. Fear of failure. The fall keeps repeating on my head. The eternal obstacle between me and the next step. So I don't know that I remember dude's name that I'm thinking of. If you've seen Downton Abbey, there was a butler that was very ambitious and instigated a lot of problems. It's been too long since I've seen this show. But I do feel like there was some sort of plot here where they tried to make it look like someone else in the house was stealing things when they really weren't, right? So we might have somebody that's trying to make it look like another person was responsible for the things that this kleptomaniac has been doing. Hello, Steven. How are you doing? Love affair, dirty little secret, down low. Insatiable, unquenchable, wanting more, and happiness, overjoyed, wholeness, and smiling. Okay. Well, that's uncomfortable. For some of you, this is implying that the first thing that is figured out is that there is something of value missing, right? A watch, I don't know, a piece of art, sculpture. I don't know. Sculpture is totally because of Fleabag, isn't it? There's something here that goes missing, and it's a disappointment, but it's not as big of a deal as maybe someone actually trying to steal a partner or seduce someone's partner. Hey, Laura, how are you doing? Commitment, long-term relationship, cleansing, meditation, clearing space, removing negativity, and negotiator, bargaining and begging. So there's a couple of situations here, right? We could, or interpretations, maybe is how I should say it. We could have somebody who has stolen or like seduced a person who is married or in a committed relationship. We could have somebody that is ending a relationship and they're starting to realize that their ex has been seeing someone new. So it's like, I'm going to do something to be a little bit petty. But I do think that there is money or like tangible assets that people are thinking about. And there could also be some sort of physical intimacy question mark here as well, right? Because if someone's okay with stealing your art, they're probably also not going to have much problem or like feel like it's a bad idea to flirt with your person. Nice. What else do we have? This is the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. And we've got the Sun in the reverse, which we just had right here as well. And the Knight of Cups. This is a hidden romantic gesture. Like sending flowers with no card, so you have no idea who sent them. Or somebody getting a burner phone so that it doesn't get tracked by their partner. But we have the Lovers, so I do feel like this is somebody who, yes, probably has a problem with stealing items, but may have recently graduated to seeing if they can take pleasure as well. We'll go with that. Five of Swords in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and Judgment. It's this escalation of thievery that really gets this person in trouble. So it could be because I am kind of distracted or nervous or feeling insatiable over this new tryst or whatever that they've had. Maybe there is a carelessness that happens with regards to what they normally do. So I feel perfectly capable of stealing that and nobody finding out. I normally check everything. There's no cameras, whatever I have to do. But because I'm distracted by this thing, I think they get caught. Distracted by romance, or distracted by, maybe even just as simple as a text message coming through. But that's when things start to fall apart. Now, all of a sudden, this person who had everything running like a well-oiled machine, most people did not know that this person was a kleptomaniac. Now the moon is kind of starting to slip up. The Six of Pentacles in the reverse indicates a loss. I feel like they leave something somewhere where they shouldn't that identifies them as the person who's thieving. The Hierophant and the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. We also have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, this is showing that somebody has been confirmed to be in a location where they said that they weren't, or like they'd already left. So I think we have a friendship ending or a group of people feeling like the moon is no longer welcome. We know who you are, we know what you've been up to. We don't really care for that kind of behavior, or, we don't really feel like letting you steal something from any of us, right? So I do feel there's a bit of exclusion energy. Number 15, the bear. Number 14, the fox. Yeah, I do think that there is some unity or sense of community among a couple of people who realize that this moon energy has been stealing or is not really very considerate of others, that they are selfish. And so there seems to be some change here in terms of whether or not they are accepted among this group of people. They may feel like they need to keep to themselves, or they may feel like whatever plan they had going on, they can't actually act on that anymore because there's too many people talking about them. This is the Gypsy Oracle. What else do we have? I believe it. What else? Falseness and consolation. So I'm going to apologize, or I'm going to make it seem like, it was accidental, or I'm going to try to blame someone else. This is not somebody who takes responsibility. This is someone who tries to make it seem like, an action was unavoidable, or oops, did I do that kind of thing. Wedding